Moving on to contest number 5 of the evening. Introducing first, into the ballerina cage, please make some noise for Ibra, El Matador, Attia.
Ibra from Prime MMA, representing the great town of Dunstable. He's going to be coming out, and this is one of my favorite weight classes. This is probably my favorite weight class, actually, made famous by the great GSP, Matt Hughes. Right now, Kamaru Usman, it is the welterweight division. All the power of the heavier weights and all the speed of the lighter weights all combined in one.
Yeah, I was having this thought process the other day, Steve. I was trying to figure out who I thought was the current best active fighter. And not my favorite fighter, but I came up with Usman. I mean, he's cleaned out his division pretty dominantly every time. He's now having rematches like against Covington, even though he broke his jaw. And he's looked pretty unbeatable, I think.
And that's the problem with MMA, is when you clean out your division, they demand you to move up. But why? Right? Just dominate it. But we're looking at this first stepping stone, Sammy Lever in the corner over there. The first stepping stone right now of Ibra's career is to come here into Battle Arena and try to make a statement at one of the most difficult weight classes to exist in, which is the welterweight division.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect weight class because it has that balance. You know, the big guys can get tired. It's hard to have a gas tank when you're walking around at 260 pounds. And the little guys, although they're super fun, sometimes they don't have that knockout power, just the amount of weight behind their punches. But 77 kilograms seems to be the sweet spot between the two. Great gas tanks and the power to really hurt people.
He's got to pick the right corner, though.
And his opponent, entering the Battle cage, into the blue corner. Make some noise for Melvin,
Galdal.
Melvin Galdal from Frontline Academy. Well, Ibra is going to have all of his work cut out for him right now, because coming all the way from Oslo, Sweden, is the Frontline Academy standout, Melvin Galdal.
And Ibra's got, he's got black belt logo on his shorts. He might have his jiu-jitsu tested tonight. We know the frontline guys often like to come out and shoot takedowns pretty early on and test out the grappling.
I'm a bit jealous, actually. I'm in the market right now for some Valet Tudo shorts. It's very expensive.
You got the body for it, Steve. You can pull off Valet Tudo.
Gonna work on it. It's my pre-Christmas body.
I've got childbearing hips, so I like to hide it as much as possible. There's some baggy shorts on.
They do just slide out of you, Mexican people, right? Isn't that right?
I do have 4 children. I didn't birth them myself, but yeah.
We'll give all the love to Julia. There we go. Ibra's just bopping around. He's enjoying the walkout song.
Yeah,
Melvin.
And Ibra's big. I mean, very big for 77
big for
kilograms.
77.
I'm surprised he managed to make the weight, but he looks good for it.
That's what you get with a day before weigh-in. You can easily cut at least 10 pounds off, 5 kilos. Plus with a diet, probably walking around, usually around 85.
And that's one of the
Probably
big
coming in the cage right now at 85.
It's one of the big improvements we've had on this show. We're trying to, James Price and the team here, and myself and Steve at Battle Arena, we're trying to take the show to the next level all the time. And that's why we've established ourselves as Europe's premier mixed martial arts organisation. And one of the things, like Steve said, we've implemented this day before weigh-in. So it used to be you weigh in on the day, which meant you couldn't cut much weight, which, there's arguments for and against that, but it wasn't good practice for these guys that are aiming at the pro ranks. They didn't get to practice cutting weight, they didn't get to practice the dehydration and the water loading and all that stuff that helps you get to the competitive weight. We are missing Ibra's opponent.
I don't know what's happened here. It might be a missing cup or gum shield or something. They're letting the coach into the ring right now.
So if you're watching this, they let one opponent in. They let they let one coach in just to talk to their fighter if there's any kind of delay. You're allowed one coach in to come and talk to you in the cage, because it can be quite a lonely experience being in the cage on your own, waiting for your opponent to go get his gum shield or his groin guard or whatever he's forgotten.
You've got to try to stay calm, definitely, but you also really, really have got to stay warm. Right, so
I'm gonna give a little shout out right now to the production team, Kevin Orchard and Sons Productions. They're the production team that put all this together, so hopefully you're watching this live. I know a lot of you are in Norway right now watching the show live, or you're watching it live or you're watching the replay on YouTube, where hopefully this rambling has been edited out beautifully.
But in the meantime,
But in the
we
meantime,
can talk to you about...
let's talk about Khabib. Is Khabib the GOAT?
No,
What do you mean no, Steve? How dare you?
no, certainly not. Just because you want somebody to be the GOAT doesn't mean they're the GOAT. Right?
I
And
mean,
you'd have to
never
have
lost a
somebody-
round.
Didn't he? Wasn't it close between him and like Abel Trujillo?
Yeah,
That was close.
yeah.
I don't know.
Connor
I don't know,
definitely
man.
won a round
You
against
can
him.
come in and be very, very dominant if you want, but then you have got to clear everybody out. Like there's still Michael Chandler floating around.
Yeah.
You never had the fight with Tony,
Yeah.
right? There's some things that haven't quite gone. Plus, never moved a weight class, right? Could make lightweight and then did move up to welterweight. I know everybody in the Islamic world wants to love Khabib, and I love Khabib. I don't even say Khabib. I say Khabib all the time. I think he's absolutely amazing. I worked so hard to be able to say Nurmagomedov, very fast like that. I worked very hard on my commentary game. I love the guy. I just miss him so much. I would love to see him fight Kamaru.
But-
I'd love to see him fight anybody. Just bring him back.
Don't you think, Steve, that these pro fighters, the top guys, we're seeing John Jones now, and some of the other fighters, their career, you can't stay at the top forever, and you pay a price for this sport. We pay brain damage, there's physical damage, and obviously, you get to the top, these guys will keep fighting because there's a big paycheck, but Khabib is not about the money. He
idea
got
that
to the
you're-
top and walked out on the top.
Yeah, the idea that you're only as good as your last fight.
Yeah.
Well, he's hyping up his corner right now, is Ibra. But yeah, the talk on the GOATs, I don't necessarily know because everybody's just the greatest of their own time. We're not going to podcast though right now. We've got our fighter.
Steve,
He's
I
back in.
had an update on the delay. Would you like to know the details?
Yes, what's the details?
So,
No cup?
so we have strict rules on what kind of shorts you can wear, right? Because you don't want to catch your fingers or anything in the shorts. So you're not allowed zippers, you're not allowed pockets, right? Because literally people do tear their fingers getting caught. So I think he wore the wrong shorts and they had little pockets. So he was sent back to change his shorts and then the lift got stuck. The poor fella.
So he's been stuck in a lift.
He's also borrowed someone's shorts.
He doesn't have the shorts he
necessarily
wanted.
fit him.
Oh, it's all stacking up against Melvin right now.
First fighter in the red corner, weighing 77 kilograms, representing Prime MMA. Make some noise for Ibra El Matador Attia.
I'm going to call him Ibra, Steve.
Ibra.
And his opponent, the fighter in the blue corner, also weighing 77 kilograms, representing Frontline Academy. Make some noise for Melvin. Galdal. Your referee shots, Mr. Paul Nichols.
So we have Ibra in the red and black shorts, Galdal in the black shorts.
Ibra versus Galdal.
Very similar stature to these men.
Similar size.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting these first 30 seconds. Who's going to come in fastest with the mostest?
I got a feeling that Ibra's going to...
Again, we get another Southpaw versus Orthodox match. This is amazing. Kids at home, start training with your Southpaw partners. Start owning that outside leg as he comes up big with a head kick. Galdal not messing around here. Looking to maybe strike some fear into Ibra.
Ibra's controlling the middle, though. That's what he wants to do.
You can't make somebody shook from Dunstable, though. That place is just bleak. There we go.
You said it was the best town on the intro.
The deadest high street ever, but it's great. Anyway, here we go. Steaming forward is Ibra. Grow up amongst failed businesses. You don't want to be there yourself. And Prime MMA is a standout there in Dunstable. Again, Galdal is owning the outside foot, so even though he's not doing much right now, his footwork is owning it at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to choose his moment at front, big
here-
left, I think.
Bit of a nodder there as Ibra steams in.
Obviously, we're early into this fight, Steve, but kind of Galdal looks a little bit trigger shy.
Yeah, just a bit.
Maybe he's worried about the takedowns of Ibra.
This thing, sometimes at 77 kilos, you are the bully in the gym. You're the big guy, and then when you step in the cage against somebody same size,
Yep.
big weight cut, you can meet your equal, if not your better.
Yeah,
Ibra doing well with the head position right here against the fence, making it just really big, really bothersome for Galdal.
Yeah, Ibra controlling the middle of the cage, and now he's controlling Galdal up against the cage. And that's important in the judge's eyes.
It's interesting. Galdal's got his head so far forward, his head's over top of his lead leg.
Yeah.
He's looking to pull it back and maybe counter. Oh, left hand land sneaks right through there. And that's from that footwork.
Yeah.
He's owning the outside every time.
If he keeps his foot on the outside and starts throwing that left down the pipe.
It's just a mean face.
It's a mean face, but he's hanging his chin out to do it. I think it's just his natural instinct, but if Ibra can land something on that chin, he could be in trouble.
Yeah, usually the the Swedish, the Scandinavians, hide their chins with beards.
Galdal
Powerful
just
beards.
a big inside leg kick. A lot of power on it.
His jab is landing as well, and so is the left. A little bit of a shift there. Oh, almost running away. Can we start with our MMA pet peeves of the evening? Running away and turning your back. Automatically you lose a point. Ooh, nice. Caught the kick, and he's landed a kick of his own, and he's landed a big hammer in left hands.
Ibra's got the best mean mugging face. Oh, but yeah, right hand.
Sprints back into the center of the cage. Last 10 seconds of round one.
Oh.
Ooh, punching after the bell.
I think he's thrown it before the bell.
Yep. Well, we have 3 points there removed from Galdal in the Brinkman scorecards. So this one has to go to Ibra. But I have to say, there's a lot more coming forward from Ibra. But in those moments of equality there, it's all Galdal, because he's making it very difficult, because what Ibra has to do is he has to adjust in order to come on forward. And maybe that's part of it. But when he gets going, he's like a freight train. He's just coming right through you. I'd like to see him mix that up, maybe drop onto the hips or start owning the clinch. Again, more mean mugging over there from Galdal, but it's a huge waste of energy while your coaches are talking to you.
Yeah, and I mean Galdal he's aggressive and confident. He's not rash or anything, but he's keeping his hands down and his chin up as it almost looks like a show of confidence, but he doesn't have that great. My old boxing coach, he's got shape and form, and he'd shout at his fighters every fight, and it's hands up, chin down. I know it's MMA, it's a different sport, but
that's pretty much the trick. Hands up, chin down.
I'd like a little bit more shape and form.
Every time you see somebody get sparked with one-shot knockouts because their chin was up in the air and their hands were down.
Yeah.
Or they walked into it.
But then also, the Conor McGregor's of the world, you can bait people in and catch them with a counter. And Ibra does have power. He landed some great kicks as well.
There we go. Nice little step-up switch kick.
Oh, nice. Oh, good combination.
There's a slip. That's why you don't run away. Slippery. And a chance coming for Ibra from the Dunstable faithful there, the Prime Academy team.
Nice. Both fighters picking shots well. Double head kick from Galdal.
Interesting wrist control here in the clinch.
Yeah.
They go right back to the 50-50 over-under. Again, neither fighter owning the head position, but Ibra choosing to make some space and fire a knee up into the solar plexus.
What should they be doing here, Steve? Oh, tripping from the outside.
Pretty much that. But
counted
well. And now come back onto the single. Right here, you'd like to see Galdal gives him the head position. This is what Ibra should be doing. He's got the head position, head in the neck on the underhook side. Now he can choose to start landing knees to the thighs, or he can duck in, also lock the body. There's a lot of options here now for Ibra, and not nearly as many for Galdal. But he loves turning his back and running away, so this might be his whole tactic. The old nut shot to get yourself a little bit of time for a breather.
Yeah, so Steve, is it so important where your head is when you're in these wrestling exchanges? Does it make a big difference?
100%. It makes a huge difference. Obviously, in freestyle wrestling, you want to keep your head out of the shoulder in order to make space so you can shoot in and start attacking them and hand fighting with them, where we see mostly the grappling start from a clinch in MMA and like that over-under, where both of you have underhooks, both of you have overhooks. And it's who owns the head position that's going to be able to at least initiate the takedown position or the knees for the structures from there. So You want to give yourself an option to be able to actually attack from there.
Almost force you to have good posture as well if you're driving forward with your head.
100%.
Oh, lovely shots from Ibra. Galdal on the run again.
Yep.
Comes back with a great kick.
Little known trivia here about Galdal. He also is the hopeful 100-meter sprinter for Sweden, and look for him in the next Olympics.
Everyone in Norway, I apologise.
Is it? There you go. Looking to do the old 100-meter dash. I'd like to see, but he knows he's slipping out to his left every time, so Ibra could follow with the right hand or start corralling him with the right body kick.
The difference between the two is Ibra throws combinations, so Galdal is very single shot. See, look, and his single shot is often that left high kick, but it's hard to land a left high kick if you don't set it up a little bit. I know
You could also get him to spin onto that. You could spin and throw that
yeah.
spinning back fist there. And walks on and catches again. His kick.
He's had success at catching the kick.
There's a jab, and right hand lands for Ibra. Jab lands.
Pretty close round. I mean, I kind of have Ibra a little bit ahead. That trip was really nice, actually. Great little trip on the outside. Got the takedown. Because I got it. It's pretty. You know, Galdal's landed some head kicks. Well, not landed, thrown some head kicks, but they've all been blocked. They haven't been overly effective. Ibra also hasn't been that effective with the strikes, but it's much more punches and bunches and combinations. How do you see that round, Steve?
It's a lot about what stands out to the judges, like you say. There was that double head kick moment there from. I just can't get over sprinting away. I think every time he sprints away, it shows fear in the eyes of the judges, and it just doesn't look good. It looks terrible. You throw nothing after it, and it just makes you look awful.
Well,
what I'd like to see is
John Jones do it.
I'd like to see some body kicks from the right from Ibra, and it's just a way of corralling the fighter. You can't let him sprint away from you. And
but we've seen Overeem do it. We've seen John Jones do it. We've seen some of the top guys.
Yeah, but then you got to turn and fight. He sprinted away at least 4 times in this fight so far.
If you're going to run back and get octagon control in the middle, maybe it's worth the sacrifice.
He's just running around the outside of the cage. So I put Ibra up 2 rounds to 1, 2 rounds to none right now. And I think it's all on Galdal's shoulders. He's got to make something happen.
He doesn't have power. He's just got to set it. Just if he can get combinations of 2 or 3.
Both are sweaty right now. It's gonna be. Oh, there he goes. He's steaming forward here. Yes, let him run away. There you go. There's that body kick I was talking about, eh?
Yeah, put a kick on the end
Look,
when he's
that was
running.
so good. It brought the Canadian out in me. That was good.
Eh?
That was nice.
It's good, eh? Nice. Come on. Oh!
Fucking hell.
Power.
There we go. Comes inside.
Galdal loading up on those shots there.
He is.
I mean, it's the wise thing to do.
He's probably used to putting people down with those kind of shots, but Ibra's not going to go away.
And he's possibly a couple rounds down. He's got to throw everything into this round. He's just got to put more combinations together.
That left hook is doing really well for Ibra. There. Ooh.
So Galdal uses the jab, but nothing's behind it. Look, there's a gap. Single left hand.
This is
Single
nice. This
jab.
is nice. Now Ibra's coming forward here. So where he does
Oh,
head kick lands.
Oh, it definitely rocked him a little bit. A little blink from Galdal. Yeah, a big kick.
There's a big moment in this fight. Let's see if we can see a finish coming soon. You see, he keeps ducking that side, and there's that right kick. Again.
Galdal's just single shots all the time. And he's clearly fast. Look, single jabs, nothing behind it. Gap before the left, single left.
He'd usually be saying breaking the rhythm, but he's not throwing a right hook or anything of that sort off of it. Galdal's corner should be screaming for him to do something. Where's your A game, buddy? Where's your A game?
Slip from Ibra.
He's in on the single now.
Has Ibra been hurt? Slip just seemed to come out of nowhere, but he's turning back in. He's trying to get the takedown of his own.
Way across the back there. We got a minute now.
I know you already didn't like him, but he grabbed the cage as well to stop the takedown.
And he spat on the floor too. Just manners, please.
And he wore the wrong shorts. He's doing nothing to win the Birmingham crowd.
There you go.
Great.
Nice
I love
drag.
that takedown, Steve.
Oh, there's an attempt on the rollout there. Ibra's going to flatten him against the cage with 40 seconds left. It's not looking great. Wraps the head.
Yeah,
for some reason here.
not technical, but this is what Ibra wants. I mean, there's a good chance he's up on the scorecard, so he can
Steps over into mount now.
finish on
He can
top.
think about the finish here. Galdal very strong, looks to stand up here.
Ibra was good. He put one hook in as Galdal rose.
He's coming up on the single or trying to.
Yeah.
Good opportunity right now for Ibra to take the neck.
Yeah. Ibra staying behind him, keeping his hands left to go. He knows there's a short
This
time
is very
left
tactical.
in the fight.
Excellent. 10 seconds left. I can't see this going any other way now.
Yeah, I think Ibra needs to stay on those legs, get this to the end of the fight, and he's probably going to win the decision. What a fight! I
What
mean,
a fight. Very good. Back and forth.
I
but
appreciate
sometimes-
Galdal's heart and his power, but the single shots just didn't work.
Yeah. Just saying. That's very good. That's very good.
Where were you running to?
He seemed confident. Galdal seems very confident that he might have won the decision.
Well,
I mean,
brain damage can do that to you. Okay? You can get concussed and just, he probably just remembers the first round at the moment. But Ibra did really well to start adjusting there and throwing the right kick as he saw Galdal turning away to his own left side, so he's turning into the right kick. It's also a good opportunity to start throwing some of those sweeping right hooks. That's how you corral somebody and move them around. You throw the crescent kick, you throw the hooks on those sides, and you can corral them high and low and then body. And I think the prime MMA faithful there are feeling very, very confident, as they should be. We're going to go to the judges' scorecards in just a moment.
So after 3 rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecards for the decision. And we have your winner by unanimous decision for the fighter in the red corner, Ibra El Matador Attia. And please make some noise for our Melvin.